Hi, this is the Songbird Cooking. Seems I'm having a little problem with this phone. So, right here I have some smoked neck bones that I washed off. Yeah, I washed them off because, don't forget they have to cut this meat, on the same blade that they cut all kinds of other meat. So you want to, even if they just cut all the same meat, it doesn't matter. It has all kind of grubby stuff on it. And you never know what dropped on the floor. You just never know. Always clean off your meat. Always. Don't just take it out the package and throw it in the pot. You never want to do that. So these are smoked. They smell really, really, really good. They have a real good flavor. Now, I haven't had none of these in about, I don't know how many years. It's been years, actually. I can't count how many years it's been past. But it's been a long time. So I'm going to let them boil. And as you can see, the water is clear. And as I said, they're already cleaned off. So when the water turns into another color and I taste it and and it has a flavor to it, the water becomes a good stock. And that's when I'm going to put a mixture of kale greens and collard greens together in this pot. Alrighty. Let's see what happens. This is the Songbird Cooking. Now today is not about pancakes, but it's about kale greens and smoked neck bones. But look, you see that? Okay. First of all, if you beat it enough, like for 5 minutes, quick and hard. Look at all those bubbles. You see those bubbles? It's really important to have those bubbles. Look at how it's rising like a cake. All right, so the pan was hot sitting there. I melted butter in the pan and put the butter in the mix. That's how I do it. Okay, so look at how it's just rising up. It was flat. I'm telling you, I should have showed you. Look, as we're talking, it's rising. It's rising up over the edge almost. Look, see? It's almost reaching the edge. You can see it rising. Okay, I see a little smoke, which means I need to flip it now. But I can't believe how fast that happened. If you don't see it rising, and don't ever mash it or anything like that. If you don't see it rising, and if you don't see the bubbles, it's not cooked on the inside. Okay. Oh, all right. Sometimes when I do it, it comes out of the pan. It just like over the edge, like it just almost did a little bit right there. Okay. You see that? You can tell when it's ready to flip it because you see that little smoke came from underneath it. That means you move it now or it's going to start burning. See that? You see in the middle of that, I was going to make one pancake. And then I decided there wasn't enough batter left, so I just poured the rest of the batter on. And you see it? You see how it's drying up around the edges right there? You see that? It's cooking through, and it's only on 4. I started it, the heat out on 8, just to heat up the pan. It's really important that the pan needs to be really hot before you pour your pancake. You see that? It was going to be 2. One small one. You see the ring? The first ring. And then you can see where I pour the rest. That's why it's 2 rings. That's cute. But here's the thing. You see the first ring where the little round spot in the first poured. It's amazing. Just make sure you, I just came from the grocery store just now and I just bought enough food to last me for about a week until I go back and get a little more. I prefer to go once a week and, keep fresher, makes it fresh. I don't want to wait and just go every 2 weeks or every 3 weeks and whatever you bought 3 weeks ago is not as fresh as it was. Of course, it's not going to be fresh. So I'll just be going to the store like once a week. Now you see, don't ever mash it down. You don't ever want to mash it because it's going to stay wet on the inside. It can't cook on the inside. The hot air has to go through and through. That's why the bubbles are from the hot air coming through and through. Don't ever, ever, ever mash it. Ever, never, never. Okay, get the point? For those who don't like repetitiveness, well, I'm going to say it again. Don't ever, ever, ever mash your pancakes. Not ever. Let the air go through. Even if you're making the ones that don't include eggs and or self-rising elements, you want to don't mash it. And those would be not pancakes, but like flour tortillas. So I would say it only takes a few minutes. And I would say this pancake is done. And actually, I'm going to make 2 eggs to go with this pancake. And I'm going to, then after I take the 2 eggs out the pan, I'm going to warm up the syrup. Because cold syrup on hot pancakes do not match. And it seems to me that when I'm going to put a little scoop of butter in my syrup. It seems to me that when you warm up the syrup, it brings out more natural flavor. It's more delicious. I actually bought a plain kind of syrup because that way I can add butter or not, or whatever I want to do with it, or flavor to it. Let me see. So just like a cake, you want to check. It's bouncing back. See? It's like a cake, bread, whatever you make homemade. If it doesn't bounce back, it's not done on the inside. If it just stays dented in, see? It just keeps bouncing back, so it's done. Peace, love, and light. Look at that pancake. Let me do a close-up. Look at that. You see that? Lots of holes. Through and through. You see that? I had to taste it. Look at all those holes. Air holes. Air pockets. Perfect. Perfect pancake. 100%. Perfecto. I mean delicious too. Really delicious. Okay? Delicious. Like I said, I'm going to warm up my my syrup with just a little tab of butter right there. It seems to me, I like warm syrup, not cold syrup on my warm pancake. I say that's enough syrup for this pancake right here. You ain't got to be a lot. You don't need a whole lot of syrup when you know how to make good pancakes. Really, actually, syrup is good, but I think that when people don't know how to make good pancakes, that's what the syrup is for. People that don't know how to make them good. You should cover up. Get full and something, the syrup is mostly all that they want. Because, that's all. Because they don't know how to make real pancakes that taste really delicious. Okay? It's not about the box. It's not even about the mix. It's about beating it until there's air pockets. It's really that simple. Okay, this is nice warm syrup. I'll turn that off right there. And bang. And we need a whole lot of syrup. The pancake is already so delicious. It's just so delicious. It's ridiculous. Really, the syrup is almost like an insult. That's how good this bread is. I make the best. That I can say with, I can really say that and know it's real. I've been to many restaurants, and as old as I am, I know what I'm saying. I make the best. Peace, love, and light. I got dishes to wash. As you can see, the water is starting to change colors now. It's starting to change to like a yellow, brown. It's turning into stock from the smoked neck bones. You can actually see a little bit of oil on top. Just a little bit coming out of the fat. From the fat. So, I'm gonna let it cook some. Excuse me. I'm gonna let it cook some more. Just drink some orange juice. I used to drink it too fast. I'm gonna let it cook some more, and then I'll put my greens in when the water's like half gone, and it's a real good stock. All right. Okay. Now the neck bones are been cooking for many hours, around a couple of hours, 3 hours since I came from the grocery store and washed them out. And you can see, my camera's steaming up. You can see that these greens are quite vibrant, nice green color. There's one a little discolor a little bit, but it's okay. You don't want it if it's yellow. You can see these leg bone. See how it's just breaking apart with the spoon, no problem. That's how I want it to happen. Um, that can be quite tough at times. So here we go. I'm steaming up again. With some collard greens at the bottom, kale greens at the top, because collard greens take longer to cook than kale. And I need that kale to make new blood. It makes new blood. So it's Swiss chard. Chop that up a little bit. I like my meat chopped up. I get a little piece of meat. Of course, you can have some other meat, or you don't have to make any extra meat. If you don't want to, if you're just not one of those people that just likes to eat meat, you know. Get some grains with some smoked turkey. Good to go. Now, chop that up in there. There's a little piece in every little bite. Some people say greens mess with their stomach. But what you're feeling is the greens cleaning out your intestines. The more you clean out your intestines, the less you have to worry about getting sick, including cancer. And no, we're not talking about greens in a can. That's not the same thing. It's not going to do the same thing. It's not the same. So try to pick up some fresh greens and some fresh smoked meat in there. Ooh, I just burned the side of. See, I got all these burns on my arm. Now my arm just touched. You see it? It's fresh. My arm just touched the side of that pan right there, trying to reach for this top. I have all these burns are from cooking. That's when you know you're a real cook. You know, you got burns from reaching in and out of the oven. They're everywhere. Now I'm going to have a new one right there on this side. It's okay. So, it's not a big deal. And it's just war scars. Good ones. So I'm gonna let that cook. I just ate one out the pot. That's why I'm smacking. I just ate one. And a piece of green on the top, kale. It had a little drop of vinegar on it. It's wrapped on there. So anyways, peace, love, and light.